Anyone would think I've got nothing better to do. Just trying to get a life, and I've had years of trauma that I have got to sort out for myself. Right. Hashatan, get behind me, keep up your hedge of protection. John Baker. I just need to tell him, I'm going to tell him about this because everything matters.
Local government and social care ombudsman. Please be aware that your call may be recorded for training and monitoring purposes.
John Baker
is on the phone. Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the hash key.
Hello, John. This is Bryony McCarthy speaking. I'm sorry, I know you told me to email you with any extra information I have. Just right now, I don't feel like I can barely. I just wanted to pass on a message that because everything is relevant. I've had to record conversations at the food bank that have been. Well, basically, it's been bullying. It's like dealing with the council, even though it's supposed to be run by Christians. The first call handler, I spoke to a gentleman who's a friend of my partner's parents, Steve Churchill, and it's very awkward because this kind man took possessions of mine to look after. When I was at the Strand Hotel, I'd stabbed myself, and basically he took possessions of mine from the police. Steve Churchill works in the warehouse of the local food bank, and he rang me yesterday. I left voice messages for the food bank, which I've live streamed, and he said to me, well, first of all, he said that this Caroline Stevens, I won't go into all of this. I can explain to you, but this awful woman who's in a truthers movement, who prayed for me and then threatened me. She's an insider on corruption. She didn't tell me that she'd contacted him, and neither did he. But there's misinformation going around the food bank that I'm being helped. He wasn't interested to listen to me when I explained. He said, do you want your things? And I was getting frustrated because when I was beaten by the police on Beachy Head during a welfare check, which I want to trying to take legal action against, and I was trafficked to the section 136 and then Worthing and back to this dangerous accommodation, he was basically being they wouldn't tell him where I was, which apparently frustrated him. He told my partner that I was playing him. According to my partner, I was bruised and distressed. It was horrendous. But basically, the long and short of that was yesterday, Steve rang me. I don't remember him picking me up from the train station when I was taken to court on that fraud. I was very confused in my pajamas and my dressing gown after being taken to court on the 29th of April. And I tried to play him the recording, which I live streamed on YouTube, of me being threatened with being beaten up in my council accommodation. And I need to tell you that the call handler of the food bank, whom I've recorded, I've got her name. She said that Steve Churchill doesn't work there and to go to the police. I was then put through to the warehouse where he does work, and he does work there. I didn't get an apology, even though this nasty woman hung up on me. He said to me, your life is not in danger and you're being rude, and he hung up on me. Now, this is not only a food bank employee of the warehouse, this is a friend of my partner's parents, and I feel very awkward about this because he very kindly is looking after possessions of mine. But if the food bank are telling me to go to the police and report for him for keeping possessions of mine, as a vulnerable woman who's had all these crimes committed against you. What does this mean? I don't know if he got that voice message or not. I have to try again.
Thank you for calling the local government social care ombudsman. Please be aware that your call may be recorded for training and monitoring purposes.
John Baker.
Is on the phone. Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the hash key.
Hello, John. It's Bryony McCarthy speaking. Sorry, I just tried to leave you a voice message and I don't know if you got it. It's quite, I'd say it's fairly urgent. But I just don't have the energy to type because I'm so tired worn down from all of this. If you didn't get the last voice message, I'll keep this short. I've had to record the Eastbourne Food Bank. The Eastbourne Food Bank. They've just been bullies. Now that there's an employee there who works in the warehouse called Steve Churchill, who's a friend of my partner's parents, and I'm feeling rather awkward because he was a kind man who took possessions of mine. He drove me back from the train station when I'd been taken to court after that kangaroo court case that I'm trying to make a counterclaim against the police for their unlawful torture of me. Now, earlier today, I recorded a food bank employee just being rather unpleasant and saying we don't have anyone here of Steve Churchill here. And she told me to report him to the police. It was ridiculous, and she hung up on me. So I rang back and I said, yes, you do have a Steve Churchill who works in the warehouse. And I recorded my conversation with Steve. I tried to play him a recording of the licensee threatening to beat me senseless. He wants to give me my things back. I'd like my things back, but not right now. And I've been self-funding for 6 months. He wasn't listening. You're not interested. And he said that I was being rude and that, basically, my life is not in danger. This is someone who's prayed for me. But I need to tell you this, and it needs to be logged because it's very serious. So maybe I could speak to you about this later or whenever. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know whether he'll get the voice message or not, but we'll soon find out. Everything is relevant. Everything is relevant. I mean, this is meant to be, Steve Churchill is meant to be a friend. This is someone who's prayed for me and Darren. This is meant to be a friend of Darren's parents. And you know what, Steve, even if Darren's been lying about me, neither of you are taking responsibility for yourselves. Neither of you. Darren's been abusive to me, emotionally abusive. And you've actually been a bully as well. And I'm done now. I'm absolutely done. But this is recorded for my evidence. When you can't even trust people. I guess this is the end times, I guess. But this has to be legally documented. And any infiltrators, those people who come in and try to sabotage anything, you will be dealt with accordingly.